Have you ever fought them bosses and everything's going well, boss is dying, you see the light at the end of the tunnel, but then... damn! It might be because of the relics you own or deploy. Don't get me wrong, your gear might be optimal with the best stats you can get from that goddamn RNG, but still, you're using koans and rifts. There are two types of relics. Some are acquired from the game, which are totally free to obtain. Others are paid relics from the battle pass or reload events. Those are usually stronger and possess some unique effects. Hence, you need to pay for them. If you're a follower of my character videos, I usually recommend relics for DPS that are more towards the meta, but also some relics that free-to-play friends can use. If you're a new player that has just started the game recently, you might not know what relic is the best for you, or perhaps you got some sweet moolah to spend, and then you get those boxes. You don't want to choose the wrong relic. I mean, look at this. There's so many. Pretty sure as a new player, I'm gonna get confused and might just choose something that looks nice or powerful, I guess. So, let's break down the key relics you wanna go for as a new player. The meta relics for single DPS consist of these three: Buff Dealer, Battle Eye Mark II, and the Overdrive Shot. Out of these three, Buff Dealer and Battle Eye Mark II are the ones you want to prioritize if you obtain those relic boxes, simply because they are more reliable in combat. Overdrive Shot is a nice relic that is slowly phasing out of the meta, but still valuable for mega whales that aim to burst damage within a short period of time, somewhere below 80 seconds. Or for weapons that don't have weird sub-skills that interfere with the doses. Back to the Buff Dealer and Mark II. The path of progression for new players can be like this. You choose Buff Dealer, level it up to 2 stars, and then stop and get the Battle Eye Mark II. Also level it up to 2 stars, and then go up to 5 stars for both of them. Reason being, it takes a lesser amount of relic pieces to get them both to 2 stars than to max out one of them to 5 stars. If both the relics are 2 stars, you gain 11% damage plus 9% final damage increment for a total of 20% damage added to your overall DPS. Way more valuable than one single piece of 5 star. You might also question, can I just choose one of them to 5 star while using another F2P relic? You can. Nobody's saying you can't, but consider this. Even if you use the Omnium Shield or Spacetime Rift, those relics have a short period of buff effect and a long cooldown. In the long run, you will lose out on damage. That is why I recommend getting 2 relics to 2 star for progression purposes. Other relics such as the Bubble Gun, Triple Mask, Bionic Rifle, Type 2 Koan have all had their heyday, and it's not recommended to build them up unless you have a lot of extra pieces like this. But yeah, don't do that. Focus on maxing out these two, and then you can consider the Overdrive Shot 3 star after you've done with those two. But wait, if you're into team play, there are some key relics you want to get. The latest premium relic is this thing called Blocker Device, which has an anti-healing effect surrounding the caster when deployed. This is important for endgame modes such as Origin of War, where some of the bosses have rapid healing and you need something to negate it. Aside from that, it also buffs damage for 8% in total with 5 stars. Pretty handy. Then, you have the Thalassic Heart, which is also great for team play. Being one of the meta premium relics, the Thalassic Heart buffs 4% damage at base and an additional 5.5% at 3 stars for a total of 9.5% damage overall for the team. However, you do need to keep the bosses or targets within the heart range, and this proves to be tricky sometimes because the targets keep shifting. Even though your settings are manual and all, it still flies off wildly. Come on, man. Oh, and by the way, you can leave your heart at A3. A4 increases your passive volt damage by 2%, but it's not mandatory. It's up to your resources. Other relics not mentioned previously that you can find in the box are the hoverboard and flight apparatus, 2 relics designed mainly for exploration purposes. I believe hoverboard may be used for some racing events or surfing on water if you want something more than the free jetboard. The flight apparatus is, well, in a weird position. You don't really need much advancement on this one, but it's very clunky to use. Also, after the debut of Aster with her supreme movement tech, the Relic's one and only use is probably relegated to that glitch where you can move super fast in one single direction. I'll still take Aster over that any day though. I mean, have you seen her move? Again, it's not wrong in investing some of your shards for good exploration tech if you're new, but you might want to hold on to your shards for the more beneficial relics unless you really love exploration and want some of those bad boys. Your call. Now, let's talk about the free relics you can get from the game. By far, the most important tool for team play are the Spacetime Rift and Omnium Shield. Both of them require 5 stars to fully function well, so as you play the game, you want to do everything in your power to level these two up. My recommendation is to get the Spacetime Rift to A3 and then you'll focus on getting the shield up to A5. Of course, you can always get the Rift to A5 in case you want to focus on Origin War content, because Spacetime Rift is the only single item in the game that can completely block enemies from healing, so it's much in demand for that mode. Otherwise, Omnium Shield is still good to have for team play, especially if you're a Benediction main or if you're free to play without any premium relics. The shield is a good boost for your damage and the cooldown is significantly faster than the Rift. Other free SSR relics that are worth looking into is this Alternate Destiny and Drone. Both known for their defensive capabilities and mainly used for more survivability in dangerous content. The good thing about these F2P relics is that you can get them simultaneously from playing the game instead of opening them from boxes. That means you get to level a bunch of them at the same time as long as you keep farming up. Events give quite a bit of those SSR boxes as well. As for the SR relic, the jetpack and cybernetic arm are extremely useful early game items that you acquire and will use for a long time. Mobility wise, before you get those wonderful SSRs from the standard banners, these relics will help with your exploration needs. Of course, if you already have Aster or gonna pull her in the rerun banner, she will elevate your exploration experience by leap and bounds. Same goes for Antoria, but those weapons are currently not available units for new players yet. Other relics such as the jetboard can also help gliding over water, and the Coant being one of the relics that provide free-to-play with some DPS boosts. Other relics you may find niche usages as you progress with the story and during your exploration across each map. By doing events and also purchasing relic boxes throughout weekly activities, you'll level them up as time goes by. There's no particular need to rush any of them unless you don't do any Battle Pass relics. Then the Omnium Shield or Cowan relic might seem more important to reach higher advancements to help you pass those pesky combat stages. But for everybody else, I'd recommend looking at your resources and progression goals to determine what you want to invest in. DPS players have their set of relics to pursue, and team players, Benediction or tank mains, would benefit more from the supportive relics. The key is to make sure you do your dailies, weeklies, events, and have enough resources to purchase boxes without missing any. Of course, if you want to whale, by all means, go for it. The Battle Pass is one of the worthy investments for anyone who has some spare change. Even if you don't spend anything, there's still plenty of relics to complete and some will accompany you all the way until your endgame. Just know that relics play a crucial part in our combat and it is important you understand about them. You've got this.